What is happening, guys, and welcome to the Greed Feed. Now today I got a pretty big unboxing for you. Now I know exactly what's in this. I did order this. Just a few little goodies for myself. There's a few things actually in here for my partner as well, but I'll go through those ones as well, guys. But pretty much I made this order from Aussie Collectibles, so I definitely recommend checking them out. I've had a quick look in the package just before this, and they pack superbly. If you want anything to do with pops, any kind of pop culture stuff, I definitely recommend checking them out. I'll put a link down in the description for their website, guys. So in case you guys didn't realize, these are all pop vinyls. Like I said, just a few little different ones. There's a few in here that I've been wanting for a while and just haven't picked up, and there's a few that I just really needed, to be honest. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first one we have, guys, is old school Han Solo. Now I actually I did order this in this as well with the original Princess Leia. Unfortunately, once I had put my order through, Aussie Collectibles didn't have any Leia in stock anymore. For obvious reasons, after the tragic passing of Carrie Fisher, everyone just wanted that pop. I've seen a lot of people buying it and trying to flip it, which is just really disrespectful in my opinion. But I mean, hey, I can't control what people do, so at the end of the day, if they want to do that, they can do that. But for me, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but there's so many Star Wars pops that I, God forbid, haven't collected them all. I was focusing more on exclusives when it comes to Star Wars, so I hadn't picked up Han Solo or Leia. So obviously when Carrie Fisher passed, I did try to grab a Leia pop, just because I know that her value probably will skyrocket a little bit. But like I said, unfortunately they're out of stock, but I did manage to grab original Han Solo in all his glory with his little vest and his blaster. Cool little pop. Now, something I didn't realize that Aussie Collectibles do is they actually do obviously send in pop protectors, which is really cool if you're an inbox collector. Just keeps the pop a little bit safe in transit and kind of helps you out with your boxes. Now, me being an out-of-box collector, it doesn't really bother me, but I still like when the little guys do things like this. I understand it is an extra cost that they probably forfeit on top of the pop, so you know, it's something that it shows you that they care a little bit more than the bigger companies. It's just that little extra thing that they go above and beyond to do for you guys. Now let's have a look at him. Now again, like I said, he's a pretty old pop. I have been wanting him for a while. There's no real reason why I didn't buy him. I just hadn't gotten around to it for years, to be honest. But I'm happy to have him in my collection, and he does look pretty cool in his old outfit. Obviously, there's a few like little paint things, but I mean, like, he's an older pop, so you got to take that into account. He's not going to look like the pops do these days, because he probably came out 4 or 5 years ago. So there's like a few little paint out problems, but I mean, I'm happy with him at the end of the day. Good to add him to my collection. Just on the note, while I do talk about Star Wars pops, and Princess Leia in particular, I have been seeing a lot of flippers trying to get, obviously, a crazy amount of money for them on eBay. Do not buy them. Whatever you do, do not buy a Princess Leia pop for more than retail. I've looked on Icon, which is Australia's main distributor of pops, and they actually have her available for order for a restock in, I believe, April. Don't quote me on that. It's April or March or something like that. But she is, all of Princess Leia's or Carrie Fisher's pops are coming back into restock. So Funko have taken whatever was vaulted and retired out of the vault, I guess in kind of dedication to Carrie Fisher, and to be able to give fans that didn't unfortunately purchase her pops the opportunity to do so, which I think is a great thing on Funko's part. So if you are looking to pick up that pop, just wait out, guys. I think it's probably 2-3 months away. They'll restock them. You'll have plenty of places to buy them. Just don't give in to flipper prices, please. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous that people are asking $50, $60, $70 onwards for these pops, when we can clearly see that they're going to be restocked. But on a better note, on to the next pop. The pop we have, guys, is the Helena San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Orphan Black. Now, this is a 2015 San Diego Comic-Con. I've seen this pop everywhere. Like, it was absolutely everywhere when it first came out. Massive fan of Orphan Black. Me and my partner are just kind of obsessed with it to a point. As soon as the new season comes out, we binge watch the whole season, and then we get really depressed because the new season's not coming out for ages. So if you haven't actually seen Orphan Black, guys, I do recommend it. The actress that plays all of these characters is just phenomenal. Like, the difference in every character, in their personality, in their look, she nails everyone so uniquely. And it really, to do that on screen and to act like, you know, numerous parts while being one person, I think is a real feat to do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pretty much Orphan Black, without giving a lot away, is that the main character kind of incidentally sees herself get hit by a train, and then realizes that she has pretty much a twin, and then she keeps finding other people that look like her. Without giving anything away in the plot, that's pretty much the basis of the series, and obviously it gets very confusing, and they start trying to figure out why all these people look like her and stuff like that. If you want to go see it, go watch it. It's a awesome series. I think there's about 3 or 4 seasons out at the moment. I think they're working on either a 4th or a 5th. Don't quote me on that. But I grabbed 2 of these characters for my partner, and she is a massive Helena fan, and I always meant to get it, and then it's one of those things that as soon as you actually want to get it, you can't find it. So I hunted high and low in stores, couldn't find it, so I ended up grabbing an Aussie Collectibles, which actually had it for a really good price. It was pretty much the same price as all their normal pops, which is awesome for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So I'm not going to unbox her. I'm going to keep her in her nice little packaging, because obviously the pop isn't mine, but I'm super happy that I was able to grab that for my girlfriend. She'll be super stoked with that. And yeah, it's just an awesome series, guys. Go watch it. Go watch Orphan Black. It is phenomenal. Now, on to the next one. I forgot I got this guy. So, I went and saw this movie when it first came out. It was one of the few movies in a long time that I've actually gone and watched a midnight release for. I was that excited for it. If you guys have been on my channel, you'll know that I've got a review for it. I'll link that down below for those of you that want to check that out. But we have K2SO from Star Wars Rogue One. Now, for those of you that did watch my review, or even know anything about this movie or anything about this character, he is my absolute favorite. He's my favorite droid in any Star Wars movie. I will go out on record saying that. He's probably up there with one of my favorite characters. My favorite Star Wars character of all time is still Darth Maul. I think he's an extremely underused character. It annoys me to an extent that he was killed off really quickly. I'm hoping that this, we obviously know he survived that through the story arc that they used in the Clone Wars, and I'm hoping by some miracle that he's still alive, he's still kicking, and that they'll bring him back somehow. Probably will never happen, but for someone that got such a small amount of airtime, he is a huge character, and he's just so badass. I mean, who doesn't want a dual wielding lightsabers, and he just does all these flips and shit. But anyway, enough about Darth Maul. I could go on for hours about how cool Darth Maul is. K2SO was the most funniest, sarcastic asshole of a character, and that resonated with me so fucking much that I just had to grab him. He's the only Rogue One pop that I've gotten. Not because I'm not interested in the Rogue One pops. I will honestly go out and say that Rogue One is probably teetering on my favorite Star Wars movie. That's how much I enjoyed that movie. It kind of just blew me away at how well Disney are doing with these movies. everyone seems to think that Force Awakens was average. A lot of people that I talked to didn't really enjoy it. I really liked Force Awakens. I thought it was awesomely cast. I thought it had enough humor that it was interesting to watch. It had enough tie into the original story that it was interesting. You know, you had your lightsaber duels, you had your humor, you had, you know, all the good things that make a Star Wars movie. Though, having said that, I went into Rogue One with really low expectations. Not really because I thought it was going to be bad, but just because I didn't really care that much about like a side story. I thought, oh well, they're not going to put a lot of production value into it. They're not going to put, they're not going to really cast it well. You know, I was really skeptical of it, and boy was I fucking wrong. That was, like I said, probably on par with Return of the Jedi for my favorite Star Wars movie. I haven't bought any other of the Rogue One pops, like I said, but there's not a real reason for that. I just haven't gotten, again, I haven't gotten around to buying them. There's so many pops I've got on my list at the moment, and one only has so much money. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to just buy every pop vinyl that I could, but unfortunately finances don't allow that. But I was happy to get him. Out of all the pops out of that line, that was the one that I really wanted. Obviously I'd like to get Jin and Cassian and all the rest of the characters, but I had to get him first, let's be fair. Now, on to the last few. So I'll do this one now as well. So again, like I said, I got a few pops for me, a few pops for my partner, and this is one of my partner's one. It is Cosima from Orphan Black. Like I said, I won't go into too much detail about Orphan Black because if you haven't seen it, go fucking see it. If you've seen it, you know who Cosima is. But nice little pop to add to my partner's collection. There's only one of her, without giving too much away, that she needs left now. So it'll be cool to kind of finish off that line for her. She's not a big pop collector. I got all the Scooby-Doo ones because she's a massive Scooby-Doo fan for Christmas, and I got her a few Orphan Black ones as well. She's got a few Finding Nemo ones. There's a few here and there. She's getting kind of into the collector feel. God bless her. But yeah, really excited to give these to her. Hopefully I'll get them to her, but I will get them to her before she sees this. But really excited to grab those and add those to her collection. So again, won't unbox that one. I'm going to leave that for her. Now, the last two I have in here. These are two that I'm so fucking excited for. Well, one of those pops that at the time when I first started getting back into collecting pops, I saw them at a shop, right? It was a shop, I'll say what the shop is. It was a shop at Mooloolaba called Fudgies on the Wharf. Now, Fudgies on the Wharf they sell fudge and pops, so it's the greatest fucking place ever. But Fudgies on the Wharf have like a wall that's like 4 or 5 pops deep, and it covers their whole store. It's amazing. It's kind of really cool. Like I said, they also sell candy and fudge, so it's an awesome place. But I was up there holidaying at the time. I didn't have a lot of money. I put aside a bit of money so I could, you know, go out and eat some dinner and stuff like that. I was actually holidaying with my mum at the time, and I came to the window of Fudgies, and these two pops, not these specific pops, but these two pops were in the window. And I really wanted to buy them, but I said to myself, no, you don't have the money, leave them. Just leave them, you can get them another day, they're not gonna go anywhere. And how fucking wrong I was. That was before I knew about the community, before I knew about anything relating to really pops. I just bought them when I saw them, that I liked them. I then found out what retired and vaulted pops were. And of course, as soon as I found out about that, I thought, oh shit, I should probably try and start buying the pops I really wanted. So I went back to Fudgies and I asked about these pops, and they'd sold. And I thought, oh shit. Maybe I can find them online. So I did a quick Google search, and lo and behold, they'd become retired. And they were now worth about $100. And back then I thought, nah, I won't spend that kind of money on a pop. And now they're worth hundreds of dollars. And I don't regret it. because at the end of the day, I got these pops. I might not have gotten those exact pops that I wanted, but I got them in the end, and that's all that matters. And you know, what am I talking about? Let's just get into them. So this guy I'm super excited about, guys. The metallic Red Ranger. So this is a Hot Topic exclusive in the US, obviously. Just a non-stickered common here in Australia, which I'm more than happy with because I don't give a fuck about stickers. I don't understand people that do. I don't understand people that care about boxes. I buy these little things because they look fucking cool. And I can display them on a shelf, and I like them. But you know, having said that, that's just my opinion, guys. If you're an inbox collector, don't take anything I say seriously. Each to their own. I don't care what you do with your pops. I don't care if you melt them down and bathe in them, that's fucking weird. But hey, if that's what you want to do, then go for it. But I am super glad to add this guy to my collection. He is long overdue, and here he is in all his glory. Obviously, he's action posed, unlike the things. He has, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but he has his little ape emblem from the movies. It probably didn't focus. My camera's shit. But I am just, he's got a bit of a paint app problem on his mouth. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's got like a bit of a chip on his mouth, which is a bit annoying. I'm really picky when it comes to paint applications. I don't know. He's awesome. Why the fuck am I whinging about paint? A lot of controversy about this guy. Obviously, I'm collecting the metallic Rangers at the moment. I'm not bothering with the normal ones just because I hate variants. I'm not a fan of variants. And I really like the metallic Blue Ranger was the first one I bought. The GameStop exclusive, which is just a common here, but was really excited about that, and I sat out. I was gonna buy the rest of the Rangers, but I thought, you know what? Why would they just make a metallic Blue Ranger? Funko are probably gonna release the rest of them in metallic, so I waited, and I got the Green Ranger, and I still haven't bought the Yellow Ranger, but obviously I know where to get it. It's the GameStop exclusive in the Black Friday box. I'm sure I'll get it eventually. And I had to pick up this guy. Though my one little bugaboo with it is the yellow. All of the emblems on these metallic ones are all the emblems from the original movie, the 1990 something movie, probably 1990 or 99 or fuck, I don't remember. Came out when I was a kid. The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with the White Ranger in it. Actually filmed in Sydney, some of the parts. Bet you didn't know that. But the emblems for them are all the emblems from the movie. The Yellow Ranger, however, the metallic Yellow Ranger still has the Sabretooth emblem. For those of you that remember, it should be a bear. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it's a bear. It should be a bear. Funko fucked up. Funko admitted to fucking up, so good on them. They didn't try and ignore it. But it's going to annoy me because I'm a little OCD with things like that. So when I eventually get the Yellow Ranger, it's going to really annoy me that the emblems aren't kind of all matched up. But needless to say, super fucking happy that I got him. Finally, he's in my hands. I know a lot of people that own the original ones are pissed off about the fact that they brought out action poses because they think that, you know, kind of brings down the value of their pops. To those people, I say, grow the fuck up. It's a pop vinyl. It's a little fucking toy. If you were stupid enough to go spend $300 on a toy that's this big and made for 5 cents in China, and all of a sudden it's worth nothing, and you want to whinge about it, well then, I'm sorry, but that's your fault. Now, on to the last one, guys. Now, I'm sure you guys probably guessed exactly who this is. Now, this guy is pretty much my childhood personified. I talked about that movie just before. Me and my friends used to watch that movie, and we knew the lines. When they like did their fighting lines and stuff like that. We knew all the lines. We knew all the characters. I had all the toys and stuff as a kid. But in that movie, there was nothing cooler than Tommy becoming the White Ranger. Because I'm a huge Green Ranger fan, and to have this guy in an action pose pop with his fucking saber sword just makes it all fucking worth it. Just, again, he was with the Red Ranger at Fudgy's. I should have bought him. I said, nah, I won't. I'll lay off. I don't. Because my biggest complaint about the fact that I didn't buy the Power Ranger Pops when I saw them was that they weren't all released. And that was really weird for me, because I'm somewhat of a completist and an OCD freak in some aspects of my life. And it just would have been weird having 3 Power Rangers and not having the other 4, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it just, if I had them on my shelf and waited all the way up until they released them last year, there would have been like 3 years where I just would have had a Red Ranger, a White Ranger, and a Pink Ranger. And for me, that's really weird. Like, it's like buying all the ingredients for a cake and then like not buying flour and having the ingredients sit there for like a month, and then you go, oh, I'm just gonna go buy flour now and make the cake. Like, what's the point of buying the other ingredients? And I know that's a fucking horrible example, but I'm gonna fucking run with it because, yeah, let's just accept that that was an example. So like I said, White Ranger, action pose, guys, there he is. In all his glory, with his gold, with his saber. Now that is a really fucking cool pop. And you might be sitting there saying, oh, but you said you were going to get all the metallics. Why'd you get White Ranger? Because I honestly don't think they'll make a White Ranger in metallic, because metallic white is silver. You can't really do metallic white. White's already metallic enough. So I figured I'd get him because I don't think they're going to release a metallic variant of him, and I have to have him for my Power Rangers set. And yeah, I'm fucking stoked. These 2 guys are awesome. I cannot wait to get metallic Pink Ranger, metallic Yellow Ranger as well, and I assume they will release a metallic Black Ranger. They have to. They're not going to not. But we will have to wait for him. Whether he's a Comic-Con exclusive, I could potentially see him being a Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive, but I'm not sure. If not, I'm sure he'll be either a San Diego or a New York this year, and I'll be super excited when that happens, because it means I'll be able to grab him and I'll be able to finish my metallic Power Ranger collection, which will just look so cool all together. And yeah, I'm fucking stoked. That is it from me today, guys. If you liked this unboxing, make sure to give me a massive thumbs up for encouragement if you're even still here. I know it was a bit of a long one, guys, but we got through it. We got there in the end. I greatly appreciate any support you guys can give me. And let me know down in the comments below, what was your favorite pop out of the ones that I unboxed today? My favorite, just purely for sculpt-wise, was definitely K2SO. If you haven't fucking seen Rogue One, go see it. If it's not in the movies anymore, illegally download it. I don't care. Just go see that movie. It is hands down, I'm going to say it, it is my favorite Star Wars movie. Hands down. Absolutely enjoyed it completely the way through. And if you haven't enjoyed it yet, you have to fucking go do it. As always, guys, if you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. And as always, I will see you guys next time.